Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you my blue sports car here. This sports car is a mock I made using the software LDCad and the newest version too, LDCad version 1.6D. Okay. So now I'm going to show you the functions of this car. This blue sports car has an openable roof right here. See here, the roof opens up this way. And as you can see on the inside here, there is some room and a straight line for engine right here. You can see the yellow pistons. You can see there are 4 yellow pistons all in one straight line. So this has a straight line for engine and some room. So now we can go ahead and close the roof. Okay, so now this car also has this openable sunroof right here. You can see here, this right here that can open up, and as it opens up, I can show you the interior in detail right here. So you can see here the interior of the car has this steering wheel angled upwards and 2 chairs all in the color tan, comfortable. And you can actually see this yellow axle. That is the drive shaft of the vehicle, because there's another thing I added in the vehicle. And while I'm closing the roof right here, I'm going to mention it. This vehicle is actually all-wheel drive right here. So you can see, if we take a look at the bottom of the vehicle, you can see here there's this differential and there are the wheels. So these 2 gray differentials right here, along with these gears connecting to the wheels right here. And you can see here this is all-wheel drive because there's 1 axle. See here. So let me highlight the things that are important here. See these 2 gears? They're connected to a long axle. And if you can see here, that's the yellow axle right here. See this axle right here? That actually connects to these 2 gears. And you know the differential? It connects to these axles which are on the wheels. So basically, when you move one wheel, you move all the other sets of wheels. When you move this wheel, it moves this wheel, and also the rear wheels, because they're connected using this gear and an axle, the yellow axle I mentioned before right here. So this car, as I mentioned, was all-wheel drive. And now you might be wondering, why the red brick? Well, that's for scale right here. This is a 2x4 brick, a regular Lego brick, almost like everybody has them when they're creating Lego creations. And you know, why not have a Lego 2x4 brick as for scale? So this is what the car looks like just to give you an idea of the size of the car compared with a 2x4 brick. Okay, so now after that 2D posing, let's go ahead and talk more about this car. Okay, so this car to me, it started off as a project. I decided, like, why not like try and make, it was an experimental for a frame, an all-wheel drive, and to create a sports car that looks great, and I think I succeeded here. We can talk more about my building process as I will go to animation and show you how I built the model. No, I have to go to regular before I can put this back here. Good. I go to animation and build. Now here's how I build the model. I started off by making the frame, as you can see here, the first differential and the wheels right here, and then you can see I added more of the frame in the second differential. I added the yellow axle right here, and now this is the all-wheel drive. Then I came up with these panels right here to make kind of like the bottom of the car, and then I went over here and made the fenders of the car, and now after that I made the roof of the car, the front headlights, some of the interior, and I put the straight line 4 engine right here. I created the steering wheel right here and the back. As I worked on the back of the car right here, you can see I added the rear tail lights, and then added the curved roof, and finally the back. And then after I was done with this rear wing, I went ahead and put the 2x4 brick right here for scale. But that's basically my building process. And now I can go ahead and separate all those parts with explode right here. As you can see here, lots of parts are being separated. See here the differential and stuff, they're all right here. All of these parts everywhere. Okay. Anyways, while trying to build this car, I realized that I need to use some building techniques to make this car look as good as possible. Like I had to start off with the frame over here and made it using these panel flarings, number 22 and number 21. And I kind of created like the bottom of it to be like a little rounded and curved. Then after that I knew the front needed to come in a curve right here. And the back needed to be almost straight flat right here. So the front came in a curve, which was useful because the roof right here that I made had these panel 3x13 curve. Now these are really useful. I'm going to highlight all of them that were used right here. As you can see here, there were 7 of these pieces used. These curved panels. And the best part about these panels is that like they have curvedness and they're very long, so they're really useful in making a hood right here and also a roof of the car. As you can see here, for the roof of the car I use these beams connected to this axle running down here. You can see them highlighting in purple now blue, and then these curved panels right here. And so because I did that, these beams and then they're curved, it created a nice round and smooth hood right here. And you can see the roof and the hood, they're all curved and nice. See the front of the car goes in a curve, then the beam, but then the curve. And so as I builded this model, I realized I'm gonna have to use a lot of these pieces because like they're very helpful. They can be used to make a lot of things. Yes, and so I really liked how this car came out with the curved front and the roof right here. The taillights, they're just 3x2 bricks, slope bricks, 33 degrees. Yeah, I think it's 33 degrees. Yeah, and I used that and a plate 2x3 and a tile 1x2. And making this, I had a slope right here. That's not too good, but it does come into the fenders nice. And yes. Anyways, the back of the car. I had to come up with some way to create a round back right here. A round back, but it's also like not very smooth or so, like, you know, straight flat up. So I can go ahead to 2D mode, and you can see here the car, the front is curved up in the roof, and then the back is kind of like a straight end right here. But if we go to the top, you can see it's not only straight right here, it's also curved from the side a little. And also my tail lights. It was complex to create tail lights right here because like using the technique I had with these panel bent things to create kind of the round back. So I used these tile 1x4, a tile 1x6, and one more tile 1x4 like this. So it's kind of like rounded or so. To kind of create like a taillight bar right here. See? One bar moving across the top of the car. Around the car. Anyways, yeah. And so I used these panels along with these tiles to make the tail lights, and also since I didn't like too many holes showing in this technique creation, I decided let's cover up some holes. You can see there are these tiles, and that covers up some of the holes. You can see these pieces right here, pins, and in half. They go ahead and hold the tiles in place. And while the tiles are being held in place, it kind of covers up some holes and gives, you know, makes the car less ugly. Anyways, I really liked this car once I was finished with it. I thought it was great with all this smoothness and so. And also the wheels. It was mainly a project, but it was also for fun. And I thought it came out good.